So we've gotten a ton of requests to break down this new Sikandar trailer. Seems like everyone's buzzing about it.
Yeah, I can see why. Even just this quick glimpse from the trailer, there's a lot to unpack.
Totally. For those just tuning in, Sikandar stars Salman Khan, directed by A.R. Morgados, and our mission today is to dig into this trailer transcript and see what it reveals about the film.
Exactly. What can we glean about the plot, the characters? What kind of vibe are we getting, even from these short snippets?
All right, so right off the bat, we're introduced to our main man. And well, it gets kind of confusing because he's called a bunch of different things. Raja Sahab, Sanjay Sahab, and Sikandar Sahab.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like, that immediately makes you wonder about his identity. Is
Yeah.
he intentionally using these different names? Is it about different parts of his life, maybe?
Ooh, good point.
Mhm.
And then there's this line, but I like Sanjay. Hun, I like you too. So is he saying he prefers that name, or is it directed at someone else? Lots of questions already.
And adding to the intrigue, the trailer opens talking about 49 pending cases over 5 years. And this guy, he just breaks someone's face and goes home. Definitely paints a picture of someone powerful, maybe even dangerous.
Oh, for sure. Especially when you hear him called the King of Rajkot. And then that threat, you are looking for us outside, and we are waiting for you in your house. Chills, dude.
Right, that's not someone you want to mess with. But then we get this line about forgiving honest mistakes, but not intentional ones, as maybe there's a code he lives by, a sense of justice, even amidst the violence.
Yeah, like he's got some lines he won't cross. Interesting contrast. And then we get this super romantic scene, and he says, "O mere Zorabi, O mere Zeratabi, min koi kuchit na hasin kabi dekha hi nahi," which basically translates to, "Oh my Zorabi, oh my current poison, I have never seen anything so beautiful."
Intense, right. But then it takes this totally unexpected turn. Suddenly, it's all about playing the band at a Mumbai wedding. And then there's this weird comment about noticing police uniforms and someone asking, "Where is your drum?" It almost feels out of place.
Yeah, like what's going on there? Is it a red herring? Or is it hinting at some kind of undercover operation?
My guess is it's connected to the plot somehow. Maybe a disruption or a plan going wrong. Because remember, we're dealing with a trailer here. They're not going to give it all away.
Totally. And then
Yeah.
things get even weirder with these little snippets that seem almost random. A taxi driver says, "The price of a taxi is not the fare, madam. It's the location from where we come." What's that all about?
I think it speaks to the sense of hierarchy that where you come from really matters in this world.
Oh, I see. And then we hear about a place that can fit 6,000 or 60,000 patients.
Yeah.
So, maybe a hospital?
Mm.
But why mention those specific numbers?
Could be highlighting just how much influence this guy has. Or, maybe it's a front for something else entirely.
And then, totally out of nowhere, 6,000 times I love you, uncle. Okay, what?
Yeah, that one threw me off too. Maybe it's a quirk of this character, something he says often. It's hard to tell without more context.
But it definitely keeps you guessing. And speaking of guessing, we see this guy really lose his temper. He talks about controlling his anger, but then there's this deed that pushes him over the edge, and he threatens to cut those three into pieces. Heavy stuff.
Definitely intense. But then we get a shift. It's not just anger anymore. He says, "Until now, whatever you have done for me. Now you have to do it for those three."
Sounds like he's protecting someone.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just mindless violence. There's a motivation, a purpose behind it.
Right. It makes you wonder, who are these three that are so important to him? Family, friends.
Another mystery. And then we hear him say, "I am Sikandar, but what will happen now will be Sikandar's destiny." Sounds pretty ominous.
It is, right. Like, even though he's this powerful figure, he's acknowledging that some things are beyond his control. Maybe he's facing a challenge he can't just fight his way out of. Makes you think about what kind of challenges he'll face in the film. And then the trailer throws in this whole angle about corruption. We hear about police officers going to jail, leaders and actors too. Nobody is above it, they say.
Right, so it's not just individual conflicts. It feels like there's a system, a whole network of corruption that our protagonist is up against.
And it's interesting because he boasts about his own popularity and how he could go into politics, maybe even become an MLA or MP. So is he part of the problem, or is he trying to change things from within?
It's hard to say for sure. Maybe it's both. That internal conflict could be a big part of his character arc.
Good point. And then we get this final scene that's supercharged with emotion. He says, "We have got these moments today by chance. Look at us to your heart's content from close by. Maybe this meeting will not happen again in your destiny." Sounds like a farewell, almost.
Yeah, Very powerful. And then, every heart has a heart. Know that, darling, that is Sikandar. That line is just loaded with meaning.
I know. It's like he's trying to tell us something about who he really is deep down.
But then there's this warning. Go and drown in sorrow, otherwise you have no future. Come on, come. Like, whoa.
Yeah, talk about a mixed message. So what have we learned from this trailer? It seems like Sikandar is going to be a story about this complex, powerful guy caught between violence and love, fighting against corruption, and facing some serious destiny stuff.
Exactly. It's packed with action, romance, social commentary, and a whole lot of mystery.
Makes you wonder how all these seemingly separate pieces will come together in the full film. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
That's the beauty of a good trailer, right? Leaves you wanting more.
And with that, we'll leave you with this. What do you think is the true nature of Sikandar? Is he a force for good, or is he headed down a darker path? Let us know what you think.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Until then, keep those theories coming.